Our reporter Liabo Setho is standing by to give us an update. Very good afternoon to you, Liabo. Take us through what's happening and what stories you're uncovering there.
Hi, Nzinga. Yes, we're still in Davos, and of course, we've been talking throughout the week about how sustainability and climate change, and issues around climate change, have been dominating, and because they're also part of the theme, really, this year. So I've decided to take a visit to the Philip Morris International. They are producers of cigarettes, and they say they're going to change their business model in an effort to reduce emissions and to become a smoke-free world. They have a slogan that say they want to unsmoke the world. Would you ever think that a tobacco producer wants to unsmoke the world? But let's find out exactly how exactly they're going to do this. I have the two guests here, Mr. Nico Marcelo, he's the head of Southern Africa region, and Mr. Jacek Olezak, and he's the global manager, and they're going to take us through their plans. How are we unsmoking the world, gentlemen, when you are producers of tobacco?
Well, we have taken a bold decision, that is to create a world free of smoke, where we envision a world where cigarettes will be replaced by better alternatives that today exist, thanks to the science and technology. And we are bringing these alternatives to South Africa. So South Africa is the first market in Africa where we started to commercialize these alternatives.
Obviously, I would see a threat to your business as a whole, because cigarettes are really your business. How exactly do you modify your business model in this regard?
Well, it was a very cautious decisions that we decided not to add to our portfolio of products, but to replace. I mean, clearly, if you know how to produce the product which is better from a health perspective, it's not a reduced risk, it's not a zero risk product, but it's a much better alternative to smoking, why we should continue selling cigarettes. So our plan is, as Marcelo said, to phase out cigarettes as fast as possible for the good of the public health.
How many cigarettes do you produce as a company annually?
Well, we produce in excess of 700 billions, but we are rapidly replacing that. Our ambition is by 2025 we will have at least 40 million of our current smokers that switch to better alternatives. If we consider IQOS, that is our heated tobacco product, it reduced by 95% the dangerous components that otherwise are present in the smoke. So clearly a better alternatives, and we are fully focused on replacing cigarettes by those alternatives, including in South Africa, where we continue to do heavy investments on our retail presence and communicating to smokers that those alternatives exist and are much better than continue to smoke.
Health professionals would obviously say that, I mean, it's obviously better to stop smoking altogether because of the health risks associated with it. But you are saying you're not completely taking away the risk, but you are halving it. How does your products do that?
I mean, actually, we are in agreement with the health authorities. I mean, the best way to address the problems caused by smoking is to quit smoking. But we also are aware that most of the people just simply don't quit smoking. Okay, and even WHO, if they own estimate, says that 10 years from now you'll have more smokers than today. Today we have more than 1 billion smokers in the world. So as the science and the technology allows today to produce and verify the products which are reducing exposures to the most harmful toxicants by 95%, I think it makes utmost sense to release these products to the market. So this is in accordance with the harm reduction strategy, which was applied in many other goods and the products, and successfully improved the lives here. It squarely fits also in the agenda of Davos when we talk about the sustainability. And I believe if you are serious about the sustainability, you have to also start from your own field. So in our case, it's a product, okay? Because this is the biggest negative impact which we have on the world of on the health of the billions of people. Because we're also paying attention, how do we use our resources, water, energy, carbon neutrality. I mean, we're well ahead from the Davos stated objective of carbon neutrality by 2050. I actually believe at the manufacturing level we can achieve this by 2030, so 20 years ahead of the Davos objective.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for making time to speak to us at the SABC. We look forward to seeing how your plans of unsmoking the world will indeed change the climate and the health of smokers indeed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nzinga, well, that was our guest, and they are on a quest to unsmoke the world. even though they are producers of tobacco. Just to give you a heads up, Nzinga, about some of the things that will be happening today, we have an interview scheduled with the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, Ms. Naledi Pandor, who's going to give us an update on what TIP South Africa has been up to here at Davos, who they've spoken to and who they've gotten through to. And then later on, they, as three ministers who are here at Davos, Minister of Finance, Tito Mboweni, herself, Minister Pandor, and Minister Patel, will be meeting with the founder of the Davos, Mr. Klaus Schwab, and will be allowed to take a photo opportunity. So I'd encourage our viewers to keep on watching SABC News just to find out, how Team South Africa is doing right here at Davos.
Liabo Setho giving us an update there from Switzerland.